Mine has officially started.
Mine has started as well.
Okay, you want to sync up?
Yeah, let's do a sync up. What's our sync up word?
I thought it was just marmalade.
We'll just keep it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
1,
2, 3.
Marmalade.
Okay. That should work.
Okay, that's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta get my blanket on.
Yeah, it's under the blankets. You got to be under a blanket in order for us to do this.
I'm getting it on my feet.
All right, you good?
I can't have cold toes.
No.
You know I can't hold cold
no
toes.
cold toes, because then your toes turn blue.
We like to keep it cold in the house.
Yes, we do. It's
What's your most comfortable temperature range?
68 to 69 degrees.
68 to 69.
Yes.
It's a very small range.
Yeah,
But
yes, it is.
I mean, that's your preference. You know.
Mhm.
You ain't got to explain it to me.
It keeps it nice and cool in the house. I always find when it's at 70, it's just too hot for some reason.
It's just a little too hot.
Yeah, it's just a little too warm.
Okay. I mean, I like a good... I think it has to be cold, like really cold outside, but I don't mind a good 72. 70 higher than 72. That's no.
72 is
You
gross.
gotta cut it.
For it to be 72 in our house, it has to be like bitchin' cold.
It's got to be a blizzard outside like sub 10 degrees. Got to be single digits or negative degrees outside.
I know we're gonna have to keep it warmer in the house when the baby's around, though. So I'm gonna have.
Do they need warm housing?
Well, it's not that they need warm housing, but I've seen a lot of things that say the baby should have on one more layer than you normally wear.
One more layer than you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way, I don't want the baby to be cold. Just like I don't want Nala to be cold.
That's right. Yeah.
So.
You don't want Nala to be cold, or you don't want anybody to be cold in the house.
That's why it doesn't drop below 69 most days. It has to be like extremely hot outside for it to be 68 in here even.
Mm-hmm.
So it mostly just stays at 69.
Okay.
It's like the perfect temp.
That works.
Yeah.
Okay.
But welcome back.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Under the Blankets. Or welcome to Under the Blankets, really.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm chugging through this. I just got some schoolwork done, so I'm feeling a little bit more relieved and accomplished. That's always good.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been meditating most of the morning. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Did you do any yoga exercises on your ball?
I did not.
That's okay. Were you sitting on your ball?
I was.
Did you meditate on the ball?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. It was kind of nice.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked it. It was peaceful. Had some Merlot. It was real nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Touched my cards.
Touch your card.
Yeah.
That's good.
Got a little emotional in there.
Mhm.
But it was nice.
Mhm. Got that spiritual essence flowing through you.
Yeah. Thought about my grandmother.
Mhm.
I never really knew her, but her birthday was the 1st of this month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not too long ago.
Mm-mm. Literally last week.
Mm-mm. No, it's currently the date is February 6th.
Yes.
Valentine's Day. Is love is in the air.
It is
that type of season.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was I think it must have been my freshman year of high school. I had a really older French teacher.
Mm-hmm.
He was a guy. He's kind of an old man,
Mm-hmm.
but he was a very worldly guy.
Mm-hmm.
He traveled a lot. He taught. He was more of a classical studies type of person. He taught ancient Greek studies
Oh, that's
a
cool.
lot at universities, and
wow.
but he was kind of he wasn't jaded, but he was a bit grouchy and strict, but I had a lot of wisdom in him about just education and learning and all that stuff. He knew how to get the shit done and teach people stuff, especially French.
That's good.
But around the I think I had him in the spring, so around the beginning of the semester, around early February, he was I'm gonna teach y'all a bunch of sappy cute French phrases to say to to that special person. I had forgotten them by now, but I always remembered that around Valentine's Day. that little kind of cutesy thing.
That's really cute.
I gotta learn more French, so when we go over there, when we eventually make it to the land of the French peeps, we can navigate around.
I don't know French. I can get by in Spanish, but
we can head down south. We can go south the border.
Nah, we'd have to go to Spain. We'd have to go.
Oh, we could go to Spain.
Yeah.
Do you know if you know more Mexican Spanish or like Spain Spanish?
Oh shit.
Do you? So I know there's little differences.
I would say I don't. Shit. Well, it's kind of hard because like one of my teachers was like from Mexico, and the other one was just this really cute Italian guy.
Okay.
And he taught us Spain Spanish, but she taught us like Mexican Spanish. It was
the Mexican.
Yeah, so I could probably, if I thought hard enough about it, I could probably get around with both.
Okay. I mean, I don't think they're that much different, but
not really. It's just certain phrases are different.
Is it more phrases and dialect?
Phrases and then how you pronounce certain things. Like,
okay.
You say like hacemos. That's like the normal way for you to say hacemos, but in Spain you would say hacemos with your teeth, like hacemos. Yeah, like that. Like
a little bit of a sound.
Yeah, that's
going on.
And
okay.
so he like my teacher at the time, the Italian one, he
would he roast the other? Would he roast the Mexican? Not roast it, but like be like, there is a difference. Not gonna give a preference the other way, but y'all know how I say it.
Exactly. He would say both of them, but he would put extra emphasis like on the Spain one. It was really funny.
Okay.
He was a great teacher. I wish I had him like I think for one of my Spanish classes, and then once I moved up higher, he still taught the same like levels and everything that I was going into, but I got put into a different teacher's class. I was like,
okay.
Excuse me, but I learned a lot from my other Spanish teacher, Senora Felix. She was cool. Same with Senora Lewandowski, my AP Spanish teacher. She was awesome. I never actually heard good things about the French teacher, but a bunch of people took French. A bunch of my friends took French. I never heard anything good.
How many French teachers did you have?
One.
Just the one. I think we had
one.
Just one, and maybe two. I think in my last year I took French 2.
Yeah.
So it means I had two. I don't remember if it was like a semester or like I was in the class for the whole year. But I took the like 2 versions of the class. And in the second version, the second time I was with him, my French teacher, he was planning on to retire.
Yeah.
And I believe like 1 or 2 more teachers were coming in, so it seemed like French was getting bigger in the school.
That's cool. Yeah, we only had one French teacher. Spanish was the biggest language. It had the most teachers. It had 3.
Yeah.
And then French had 1. German had 1. And I actually wanted to take Japanese in school, but not enough people signed up for them to get a teacher until my last year there. And I was like, I can't switch languages now like that. Come on. I had already been learning Spanish for 7 years. I was like, bro, come on.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm too. You had to like start cutting. You have to like around the end of high school, you realize you really can't take everything. Be like, well, this ain't gonna work. I wanted to do like choir and shit at the end of high school, but I had too many other obligations, like stuff I had already signed up for. That was
there was a bunch of elective classes I just did not fuck with. I was just like, let me get all my shit out the way early, because my whole goal was to be able to go part-time in my senior year, and I worked my ass off, and I got to do it my last semester, and I was like, oh hell yeah, what a better way to end your senior year than like being part-time in the last semester. It was awesome.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people that did that. They'd leave at like 11:30 or some shit.
Actually no, I was usually out
like that
around like maybe 1 some days. And
you guys started later though.
3 yeah, our classes started at 8:55. Unfortunately.
We were in the morning. We were so early. It was like class. classes started 7:50.
Yeah, but I also had 2 study halls because like I had an online class, so they had to give me a study hall for that, and then I had just another study hall. Like my Avid teacher insisted on it, so I'd have more time to work. And I was like, it kind of worked out in my favor because like I'd have study hall, go check in with the teacher, and be like, I'm going to the Avid room. And then I'd tell my Avid teacher, I'm going home. I'll see you after lunch because I had first period lunch. So I would have class and then I'd have lunch. So I'd have 2 hours to go home and basically do nothing and then come back to school.
Oh, yeah,
have
okay.
one class at the actual school, then go over to the career center and then done with the day. Like literally.
So you had a gap in the middle of the day?
Yeah, on both days. On A and B days. Both in the middle of the day.
You guys had A and B day type thing going on.
Yeah. But on my B days, my study hall was like the second hour. So I was at school that day. I was at school and then I'd have to go to lunch, then study hall, as opposed to going to study hall, then lunch first. It was the same, just reversed. And so I was always at school in like the middle of the day from like I guess you could say like noon to like 1, and then I was gone.
Yeah.
Definitely freed up a lot more time for me to like hang out and stuff before I like went to work, cuz like as opposed to getting home at 4 and then having to be at work at 5, I get to be home at like 1 and still like go to work at like 5. So it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. It made the rest of my senior year worth it. Definitely. Right. It's not like I spent a bunch of time in class as it was. I did my work, but I went to the guidance office a lot. I was like, I ain't trying to sit in class with all these motherfuckers. I'm good. I'd rather go work somewhere else and be left alone. People were just so annoying to me. I did not like people.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot like what high school is.
If you came into the Avid room looking for me, you would find me under a table or in the office. They'd be like, "Where's Candace?" I'd be like, "I'm over here." They'd be like, "Oh shit."
Not where you think she would be.
No, for real.
That's for sure.
It made it definitely easier to get through high school. I went by Shane Dawson's high school rap. I listened to that before I got into high school. I found that shit to the letter. Like, rule number 1: act like you don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, for real. I did. I was like, I don't care about y'all. I'm just trying to survive. And that's what I did. I still had fun. I did musicals and shit. It was nice.
Yeah. Near the end of high school, we didn't have no like A or B days or different color. I think they did away with that. I had that in middle school, but once we got to high school, they just like gave us really long classes, I guess, and they would like fill it up the day. They would in your senior year, you had the opportunity to like drop the second half of the day. So like you could probably just, if you had enough credits or courses or whatever, you could just go to school in the morning and then that's it. You can just leave. I think maybe in some circumstances you could come in for the second half of the day, but I know most people who did that shit would just leave after like 10 or 11 o'clock. That's what I had a friend who did that the first like in senior year. They were there half the day, the first half of the semester, and then on the second half they had to stay the whole day, and it was torture. They said it was just it sucked so bad after having a whole like semester of like the fall, leaving in the second half of the day, being like, okay, now you gotta stay. Like,
see, that's why you don't do that shit in your first semester. You bang out your first semester like there's no tomorrow, and then your second semester you can fucking cruise. And that's what I did.
I had obligated on my. I couldn't do it. I could have if I wanted to, have dropped that second half, but I signed up for a class where on the second half of the day I was just doing that class. It was like a computer type class. We had a career center too. Yeah. So I'd go over there, and for the second half of the day, I'd hang out in there and do that type of work.
That's cool.
Or whatever. But
yeah, I'd have to leave my second hour class early to go to my career center class because like the bus had to leave at a certain time. So I'd leave second period early just to go to the career center, And then and I have to walk all the way to the front of the school, and I parked in the back. So once we came back from the career center, I shit you not, I would book it from the front of the school to the back of the school to my car and be like, I'm out. I would. There would be like no hi, no bye. I'm gone. At that point, I was like, I'm going home. Getting the fuck out of here. High school, such a transformative time.
It feels like I was trying to think of like how much time it's been. It's been almost 4 years since we've been in high school. Think about that.
That's weird.
It's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's only gonna get longer, and I'm cool with that.
Do they have 5-year reunions, or is it just 10 years?
No, they don't have 5 years.
Good, because not like I wouldn't want to go, but that was like something me and my AVID class had always discussed. They're like, y'all coming to the high school reunion? And we'd all be like, hell yeah, we all gonna come so we can see each other. I'm like,
I mean, I'm not even gonna do my 10.
I'm not like, you're not. That's so sad. You wouldn't even want to do your 10?
I don't know if I will remember anybody.
That's not the point. It's not.
I'm just saying, Kevin. I think I'll show up and I just won't know anybody or recognize anybody because
that's the greatest part about it. Nobody knows who the fuck you are.
But like, I would essentially be the purpose of a reunion is to come back and see like where everybody went and all that. But I don't I barely. It's not like I didn't have friends in high school or anything like that. I did, but after high school,
you don't think any of those friends that you did have would remember you? You think that?
I think they would remember me, but like I don't think
anybody outside of that would.
I don't know. It's more that I just didn't have close enough friends for either parties to really
you'd be surprised how many people might actually remember you, because if your hair was like really long or really crazy, that's staple shit. Like nobody will most likely remember actually who you were or your name, but they'll be like, oh, you were the kid with the fucking long ass hair. Like people remember shit like that. It's weird. It's weird.
I guess I think no, what? I don't think it's them. I think it's me. I think I would go there, and I don't know if I would I don't think I would care, sadly.
You'd be like
I just feel like it would just be a lot of, I mean, it doesn't have to be. I just think it would be a lot of small talk of like people discussing of like what happened in the coming years, but that can go and be really like a nice conversation and stuff. Like it can turn to that. I'm just terrified it doesn't. And like I get there and I'm at the reunion and I just can't like get through to anybody. It's just like talking about like what we've been doing. I don't know.
Well, you won't know unless you try.
Exactly.
Unless you do it.
And I at least I am self-aware that I know that it would just be up to me to make sure. I don't know. It's just something I don't.
I'd go to mine only because my class specifically had a lot of fucking characters, and I'd want to see who'd fucking show up.
That makes sense.
At that point, like that makes sense. There was so much shit that happened at my school. I was like, I want to see where y'all is in 10 years. I just want to see, because some of them, I feel like all schools have those certain students who you've seen go to the principal's office just enough, but still end up graduating.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what would you do? Where you go? Because there was a lot of people that, like, I started out high school with, like, from 8th grade and everything, went into freshman year. And then after freshman year, like, come sophomore year, dropped off the face of the earth. Some people went to jail. Some people just disappeared. Like, it was really interesting. Some people don't make it. But by senior year, every single fucking person that had went missing for, like, 2 years came back.
Oh, okay.
So, came back and was in school. I said, where the fuck you been? Where you been?
Yeah, senior year kind of has that effect of like everybody coming together because, well, it's either you graduate or you fucking don't, bro. Yeah. It's like this is your last chance to put up or shut up and get your shit done, so y'all can leave this place forever.
There was this really cute guy I used to have like a crush on. His name was Tommy. I didn't know until I was a senior that motherfucker was like a super senior. He had already been there like 2 or 3 years. I said, what? This was the same dude who did coke off of like one of my friend's dashboards in her car, and he was like, coke is my drug of choice. And she told me that story. I was like, bitch, wait. After that, I don't think she ever hung out with him again. I was just like, I didn't know he was a super senior. I hope that he graduated with us, but it was unknown.
So like when you were like a sophomore or something, he was a senior and stuff, and then you got to senior and he was still there, a senior.
Yeah.
That type of situation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you wouldn't know. Like, he was like really cute. I think third year did his fucking charm, because I think he graduated with us. I'm pretty sure he graduated with us. It was. Yeah. But he was cute. And
I feel like on the third time they do anything to push you through.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of hard to. I say it's not that it's a little hard to fail high school. Just to, like, you've got to in a way try to.
You literally have to put in no effort, because I fucked around my first 2 years, and I mean
that's what
terrible,
it is. It's like you just have to not go and not do anything.
I could have done a lot better, and I still graduated.
But if you do put in, I think it's if you do put in effort, it's hard to fail.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's say that. I'm sure. Like, I think like really it's if you don't show up and if you don't do anything. Yeah, I guess so. Because by that logic, nothing's gonna come in and like count towards anything.
What would piss me off is I would have these like really cool guy friends I had, and they were like, you wouldn't think. One of them was super smart. The other, like, he basically would be like, yeah, I get by on cheating, but he really wouldn't cheat.
Oh yeah,
he really wouldn't. Like, I'd see him and he wouldn't cheat. I'm like, you're such a fucking liar. And I'd have like multiple classes with these kids, like chemistry and all this, and I would try my hardest studying and everything. They walk in there, fucking get A's and B's on these tests. I'm like, did you guys study at all? And they're like, no. I'm like, what the fuck? This is fucked up.
I mean,
well, what I do all this studying for? I can't even. I can only get like a C+. What the fuck? That's messed up. And I would be like, what are you guys gonna do when you get to college? And then like one of them was like, I'm gonna just wing it. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Have fun with that. Have fucking fun with that.
I mean, personal experience, that doesn't work. I don't
That's what I always thought.
I don't think there's I don't think there's anybody who can just wing it through the way they do it in high school. It's because it's just completely different.
Yeah, they try to say that high school sets you up for college, but it really fucking doesn't. That's a lie. It's a lie. I wish really. That's the one thing I wish about the school system. They would stop lying to these kids. You're going to use these skills in life. No. If they were going to use these skills in life, why are you not encouraging more kids to take fucking facts? That fucking facts class where they teach you how to fucking cook, they teach you how to properly store your food, the child development. Why don't they actually make you take them classes? No, they're fucking electives you can choose to fucking take. Personal finance. I remember personal finance was actually a requirement for us, and I thought that shit was cool. I was like,
it was required.
Okay. I did okay. I didn't
they need to teach you. Well, first, I had a personal finance. We also had required personal finance, and what kind of.
Low-key, that class was bullshit too.
It was less bullshit, but I had what sucked for me was that I had a class of like, since it's a required class, everybody has to take it. That means everybody, even people who are disruptive and like aren't like don't give a fuck about the school, don't give a fuck about what's going on, and kind of not necessarily getting away, but definitely add a bit of strain to what's going on.
It's just a bit. So I had that was my personal when people are class. Fucking like that. Like, I always really hated people. Like, I get you don't want to be here, but you got to understand, none of us want to fucking be here. You're not any motherfucking different than the rest of us sitting here at fucking 8 in the morning. Yeah, we don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. Do us a favor. Shut the fuck up and just shut up.
I mean, I feel like quick observation. A lot of those situations, like, I can just tell outside of this place, things suck for you. And I'm just like, I hope you're doing good. I hope things are okay out of here, because if this is just too much for you, I don't know what to tell you. They need to tell you how to do your taxes in high school. That's a big one that I feel like needs to get covered up.
Well, I feel like
even like the basics with like, okay, here's how W-2s work and stuff like that. I think they mentioned W-2s in personal finance.
They did not.
But they didn't.
No.
I feel like the word W, sorry to keep
No, you're good.
I think they mentioned something about W-2s in personal finance, but overall they need to explain how taxes work in this damn country, because that is something, no matter who you are, you're gonna have to fucking deal with on an adult level at least once a year. They should talk about what tax brackets are and shit like that, but do they? No, they don't.
Why it's the ridiculous. Fuck would they, when they expect your parents, who are adults who've been doing it for years already, to sit you down when you get your first fucking job and teach you that? That's what my mom did. She was like, "Can't you gotta do your taxes? Here, sit down and watch me do your taxes. This is what you gotta do." They expect, at the end of the day, a lot of the school system expects a lot of learning to come from your parents as well. And that's where they fuck up, because some parents do not give a shit. Some parents do not give a shit, and you can tell parents do not give a shit by the way their kid behaves.
It's like, even like parents don't understand how the fucking taxes work sometimes.
My mom did enough to fucking teach me how to do it when I got my first job. She sat me down, because my mom did my taxes for me like the first couple years, and then she was like, "Here, this is how you do your taxes." I was like, "Awesome."
This is another like thing for my French teacher is like, I think it was in the springtime, and like taxes were starting to come due, and he says the French, they know how to fucking do taxes, because a lot of their shit is socialized and stuff, especially like the healthcare. What they do is they like just look at your income, and you get thrown into like a certain tax bracket. A lot of people are thrown in like the 30%. So all they do is they look how much you made, multiply it by 30%, and that's it. You're done. They just take 30%, and you're good.
Well, the United States is fucked up.
I like the United States does it like, we know how much you owe. We know all your information and everything, but we need you to figure out how much you owe, and then you let us know. We can't tell you how much you owe, but you got to figure it all out and give us the information, and then we tell you where you're wrong, and if you're wrong, we going to find your ass.
That's the dumbest shit, and that's why other countries fucking laugh at our asses. That is exactly why
it's so
other countries laugh at us. And then think we crazy for being like, "Oh yeah, this is the greatest place on earth." America has its perks, but man, it got a lot more downsides.
It's got a lot of weird shit going on. It's so funky.
It's got a lot of downsides.
It's a funky ass place, but whatever.
Why you think everybody trying to leave? There's more people trying to come in from other places, but motherfuckers that be here, they trying to leave, trying to get the fuck out. Mm-hmm. To the point where other places are like, "You know what? Y'all can stay there. Don't come over here. Stay over there where y'all belong."
But yeah, I wouldn't say like high school really prepares you. The only parts of high school I would say honestly prepare you for like what colleges is AP classes. The pace of AP classes mirrors college quite well, I would say.
That's if you take them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you want to know what college is like and be somewhat prepared, you need. I would say take some AP classes, because, in like, I don't know, like for an AP, they like I don't know. It feels pretty much the same. Like, you come in the first day, they explain everything that's on the syllabus, all the shit you're gonna need, and then they usually have like a calendar of be like, we're gonna do all these things on these days, and if you ain't here, get fucked. Like, you got to make this shit up. I don't know what to tell you. While in like other classes, I feel like it's a lot more slow and like more personalized and different. But in AP classes, it's like, we're going to teach a lot of difficult ass material in this timeline, and that's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So like, people,
that still only applies to a small percentage of high schoolers with the guts to take the AP classes.
Yeah,
because there's
who want to go through that.
Yeah, there's still all of those other students that are like, "Why am I going to take an AP class when I could just do college when I get to college?" There was a lot of those,
and that's fine too.
Is it? That. If you really want to be prepared for college?
Well, no, I'm saying if you want to be prepared for college, that's what I'm saying. It's like you should take some AP classes and get like.
Well, if that's the case, then why does high school not encourage more students, if they can handle the workload, to take the AP classes?
In my experience, they did. They were like, take them. Where they like, don't take them if you don't want it.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I guess that's what it is. Is like. That's how they sold AP classes for us. They're like these. Well, and you get college, and you do get credit.
They only say you get college credit if you know. You don't get college credit if you take the course. You get the college credit if you take the course and take the test.
Yeah, and then you take the AP.
And then you have to score above a certain. You have to have it get a certain score to even have it be transferred to college credit.
Yeah, but I mean, I would honestly say you get more. I took a few of them. I think my AP US history, I got like a 4 on it, but I don't know. For some reason, like my credits didn't transfer. Something came up to where I had to take like political science or something, in like my first semester in college or whatever. But honestly, I got way more out of just like being in the class and learning that at that pace and at that level than I did getting the actual like credit.
Well, that's another thing is depending on what school you go to, your credits may not be accepted. That's what they also told us as well. So it's like you take this class, you take the test, you do good on it just to get this credit for it possibly not to be accepted by whatever school you go to. So it's like, at least the people that I was around, they'd be like, why would you even waste your time if there's not a guarantee you won't have to take this class in college? Because that's what they really stressed to us. And then also, instead of like encouraging us just to take the AP classes to get that experience, they wanted you to figure out a career real quick. They were like, figure out what you want to do and figure it out now. And it's freshman year too. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
What the hell?
I'm about to be here for another 3 years. I'm supposed to know what I want to do when I get out? When I'm just trying to survive through this shit? Mm-hmm. And you want me to like pick a career now and start taking high school classes that are going to translate to college classes? Y'all are fucking weird.
The only one that I felt like was really worth the credit that you would get, and I didn't take it, it was more like after the fact, is if you're like doing an engineering or like some STEM shit, in college you are required to take calculus, at least all the way up, probably usually 3. But in high school, you can take AP, I think it's called AP Calc and A and B, and you can just get that shit already done. So like when I was coming into Mizzou, to my university and shit, I would meet a lot of people. It's like, oh, I took Calc in high school. I don't gotta do that shit here. I'm like, damn, that would have been so worth it. I would have saved so much money. But oh yeah. Overall, the AP courses more in just material teach you how to do shit. I think the most useful one, like in regards to content, was definitely my AP US history. I knew a lot. I learned a lot of shit about the country and shit and history of it that I felt like was somewhat like applicable.
I hated that class. I took the same class. I hated it.
You took AP US?
Yes.
A-push.
Yeah.
I think that's what all the kids called it.
I fucking took A-push and I was like, I wish I kept it moving. Shit.
I didn't do that. I didn't do amazing in it. I think I got like a C+ the first semester, and then I got like a B. They were threatening to kick me out. They were like, you better fix it the next one, or you can't do it, or like you won't get credit or what. I was like, whatever.
No, that's exactly what they told me, because I failed the first semester. Mm-hmm. I got a C+ in the second semester and took the fucking first half of the course over the summer and got like a B. I'm like, I didn't want to do this shit in the first place.
High school woes.
Yeah, it does. It sure as hell does.
All right, we're about 30 minutes in. Do you want to take a little break?
Yeah, I have to pee.
Me too. All right.
Pee break.
Pee break. You can hit stop. Okay, no, it works. It just goes off where it went last time.
Okay.
So we'll just sync it up.
Okay.
So press record or... 3, 2, 1.
Kiss my ass.
Marmalade. I think that works too.
Okay.
All right, we're back. Had to take a little break. Do you feel rejuvenated?
No,
No.
I do not.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Any more like high school woes you wanna share?
No, really. I fucking hated high school.
That's okay. Like I said, I don't remember high school.
And I mean, for good reason. Like, I had great experiences, but I also had some of those experiences that were just like, okay,
I feel like that's pretty
when
usual.
is this gonna be over?
Mhm.
I just wanted to survive and get the fuck out of there, and I did just that.
Mhm. So you can kind of just do what you want to
Yeah,
do.
essentially.
You're very constrained in that period of time. I won't not envy our children going through that, and we'll be there for
No, I
them.
won't be like, hate it while you want to, but also enjoy it while it lasts, because
I mean, you're not gonna have this time again.
no, you're fucking not.
You might as well like make
the most of
make the most of it. You're never really gonna be in this type of situation again. So
yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Mhm. But yeah. Mhm. What else is going on with you?
Sore nipples and ligament pain. It's about
Sore dips and ligament pain.
It's about fucking it.
You're, what's the timestamp? 22 weeks.
22 weeks pregnant.
Mhm.
Technically 5 months. And second month time.
In month span. So you're past the halfway point. Does it feel like a long time ago? At the start, from like when you found out.
Yes.
Like, can you so like just take that time and double it, and then that's when you'll be finished. And to me, it feels like a lot's gonna, not that like a lot's gonna happen, but I feel like we're gonna, go through another like arc, kind of like little season before the end.
Yeah, a lot has happened. I mean, we found out pretty early on. We found out when I was 5 weeks. So.
So we had a lot of time to just chill and be like, first trimester, sitting through it. Like a lot of people, I know like some people like find out like halfway through their first trimester or whatever, and like, or like not even halfway, but like the first like third of it, they were just unaware they were pregnant. So.
I say like normally most people maybe find out around like 8 weeks. I'd say. But I found out at 5 weeks. And yeah, had to not deal with it, but yeah, deal with it, because it's not like we planned. It was completely surprise when it happened. And so.
Yeah. And you're getting closer to the end of your second trimester. I think the second trimester ends around like week 27, 28-ish, like that area. We'll go into like, when we get to the end of the pregnancy, we'll have a ranking of like the which trimester was your favorite. But could you compare the first to the second?
Yeah, the first was I'd say I guess it was a bit harder, because I had the staple morning sickness all the time. It wasn't just morning. It was all the time, and the cramping that the doctors described from everything expanding and moving already. Plus the non-stop sore nipples. It was definitely a trial, especially then, because I was still working when we found out, so I wasn't sleeping the best either. but I had to be up for work, and then I'd be sitting at a desk all day, and then I'd get off work. It was just a constant state of just exhaustion, to be honest. There were good days, but there were also just days where I was just like, I am not doing this, and I'd have to call into work, and because I couldn't even stand being at my desk. And then there was the throwing up as well, when things didn't sit right with the baby, or just didn't sit right with me. There was a lot of that.
Lots of meals you found out. I was like, I can't have this.
Yeah.
I can't really, this is not going to be a part of my diet. Because just something about it.
Just having to give up a few things for it. So, it's not like the first trimester. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't necessarily like the best either. But it was what I was expecting it to be. You know, so it's like I wasn't surprised at what I was going through. I was like, okay, this what we doing. Just at this point, just like gotta chug along.
Yeah. You had a very, so far you've had a very like normal.
Yeah, I'm grateful for that too, because things could be a lot worse. I could have had very, very severe nausea. I could have had a lot of other health complications going on.
Like not too like crazy symptoms heavy, but not like completely relaxed.
No.
Easy going, like pretty
mood swings are hitting me like a truck. Like, you think your mood swings when your period is fucking hard? No. Try mood swings when you're pregnant. That shit slap in the face.
Does it make you like not rethink your mood swings during your period, but like maybe like when you just start having your period again, would you be like,
no.
Or do you think I mean, it's still affect, like it's still the same. Like you're still gonna be affected by obviously period, like normal how you're gonna have your swings and all that. But will the experience of being pregnant and like experiencing those type of hormonal changes and stuff have any effect on you, or like you have like tolerance for mood, maybe I guess that's what I'm asking.
I think it'll probably just go back the way it was, because a lot of what I've kind of seen around is that when you're having a period, it's more simulating pregnancy. So, but, you know, that's kind of what your period is. It's like simulating pregnancy, but you're shedding your egg instead of actually fertilizing it. So you're still going to have the bloated uterus, you know, the mood swings, the sore nips, the like, yeah, you're gonna have all of that. But the difference between your period and pregnancy is like your period's gonna end in like a week. Your pregnancy's gonna last close to fucking 10 months. It's a much longer process that you're like going through everything like you would like on a normal like week period.
It's a slow and delicate growing up plan. I mean, you are growing something. Growing.
Second trimester, it's been pretty good. I feel more like myself most days, if that makes sense. The constant nausea dissipated, which I was really grateful for. But, you know, I still get nauseous sometimes, as like any person would, if I like smell something that's just like, ugh. Or if I accidentally wait too long to eat. Stuff like that. But, yeah, I'd say so far, second trimester's pretty cool. Besides sore nipples, but that's just I feel like that's just a constant throughout pregnancy. I read my little baby list articles week by week. It's really cool. The one thing that is said I should look forward to next week is engorged nipples, engorged leaky nipples, and I was like, oh, that's great. My nipples are already leaking. So that was something that did take me by surprise, is when I started seeing the stuff come out of my nipples. And it's not milk, it's pretty sure it's colostrum.
What's the
I
word
think.
for it?
Don't take my word on that. I'm no
Okay.
doctor. But I've got
Okay.
this clear watery substance coming out of my nips.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's normal.
I mean, it's just it's a sign that like the facilities are working and you'll be able to breastfeed um when at the end.
Yeah,
At the very
one
end.
can only hope.
Mhm.
So, I mean, pregnancy's been pretty cool, I guess. Um, I guess it becomes a little surreal once you start feeling the movement.
Yeah, you started feeling like activity, like little kicks and all
Yeah,
that fun
flips and
stuff.
stuff, and you feel, your little bundle just moving in there all the time. Some days they're more
Mhm.
active, other days they're just chilling. So,
Yeah.
I feel like that's really special, we even, just moved.
Just fell one.
Just moved.
That's pretty cute.
I think it becomes really special, like, if you want to find out the gender, and then you find it out,
That was a fun little
We found
process.
out our gender. We are having a bouncing baby boy.
Bouncing
Not
baby boy.
surprising, though. I thought it was going to be a boy.
No, she thought it was gonna be a boy. I thought it
I
was
was
gonna
like,
be
we're
a
probably
girl.
the first baby we have. Probably be a boy.
Mhm. So yeah, we know
Mm-hmm.
that. It's gonna come out. I'm ready to meet them. Um, yeah, it's just I've been lately just being kind of like not necessarily grateful, but I'm kind of just savoring your 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 time being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it at the moment it feels like it's gonna last forever because it's just a
Oh,
slow
yeah.
process in the same way that I feel like I'm gonna be in school forever, but like I know that it's gonna be over someday and I will be nostalgic about
I
this
feel like
time,
most
so
pregnant
I'm
women
trying
feel
to
the
enjoy
same.
it.
Like, they feel like it's going to be forever.
Yeah.
But then once, like, the baby's out, you kind of, like, look back and feel like maybe you should have cherished when you were pregnant just a little bit more.
It's like, man, that actually wasn't that
Yeah,
long.
because it's like,
Mhm.
I mean, on a day-to-day basis, you don't ever see me complaining about shit besides be like, my nipples hurt, but I'm never like,
No.
ugh. Like, I'm just like, all right, my nipples hurt. What I'm going to do about it? No, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They'll stop hurting eventually.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think you're at the state of pregnancy where you're like, oh my god, when is this thing
I
gonna
feel like
come out?
that's more like
That's
third trimester when you're about
near the
37,
end.
almost 40 weeks. You're in the end game, nearing your like due date. That's when I feel like
You start
the
getting anxious. Not
heaviness
necessarily
of your
anxious,
belly
but like,
starts really getting to you and everything. Cause
yeah.
like
Mhm.
I'm not poking out. Like, I mean, you can obviously tell I'm pregnant, but I mean, like, if you didn't know me on first glance, you'd probably be like, oh, she got a little push. She probably fat.
Oh
But like my
no,
bump isn't like, it's not large and in charge, and I don't really know how
I think
big
to
I'll
the
get
keen
either.
eye, yeah. I think to the keen eye, people can tell, or like a person could tell if they're like looking for it and stuff, which is kind of cool. You got like a little belly show up.
I just get bigger by the day, just a little bigger every day.
Mhm.
I feel.
I think you're getting just a little bigger every day, which is
hmm
awesome.
I think I am, and then I look in the mirror and I'm like, wait, you look the same. Never mind. It feels like it, but doesn't necessarily look like it.
Mhm. Yeah, I think I'm excited for like the final days of the pregnancy. I think just for our like own lives at that time are gonna be interesting because it's gonna be a period of
hmm
transition for us where I'll be finishing my second to last semester of school, and we'll be
hmm
moving to a
hmm
new house. So
there's a lot that's gonna be happening at the same time.
A lot going on at that time,
and
I'm gonna be very. I don't know. I feel like around that period, one. I don't know. I just feel like around that time, every day is gonna be special, because we're gonna be doing shit. I'm gonna be finishing a semester, so I'll be doing a lot of like meaningful work. But I'll also like every night be coming home to you, and being like, okay, our baby's gonna be here pretty soon. My wife's about to pop. We're trying to get shit moved over. It's just like we're gonna be busy, but in like I feel like in a meaningful way.
It's not like you're gonna still be in school, like, because we're not due until June.
Also that we're not moving till June, and I'll finish school in early May. So like, the school part is not gonna be too impactful, because I'll be finished by the time we're even close to the due date.
Wait, but you did say you were taking summer classes, weren't you?
Oh yeah, I have like a math class.
Yeah, so you'd be doing that.
Yeah, like maybe like once like an hour or two every day. I just do knock out some work. I'd probably knock it out while chilling with the baby while you sleep. Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
Yeah. There's just a lot of things we're gonna be doing as at the same time as me giving supposed birth.
Supposed birth. Mm-hmm.
Because the due date is like, that's when the baby's supposed to come. But, pregnancy's different for everybody. Some women end up having their babies early. Some end up being overdue and not having the baby on their actual due date, but like days after. Who knows? I'm kind of hoping our little bundle is actually ready by the day and is like, all right, Mom, I'm ready to come out.
Like on the day and be like,
yeah. I mean,
right on time, on schedule.
I mean, I was born 2 days early.
I was gonna ask, like, do you remember like when you? I don't know.
My mom said I was born 2 days early.
I want to say I was a little late, like a couple days late. Like I was like, I'm chilling. But I don't know. I'd have to ask.
I think Kendall was late as well. My brother. Yeah, I think he was late, but I was early.
Just a part of me feels like I don't think this baby's gonna be early at all. I could be wrong, like I was wrong about the gender, but I think our baby is gonna come on schedule, or just chill a little bit, and there be like, you know what? I've been in here for 9 months. I can chill for a couple more days. Be a little lazy, Be like, can we push this deadline back a little bit? I don't know if I'm. I
don't know at what point that it's decided for you to be induced. I think
that's like a week or something.
Okay.
Sure. I don't know. I think it's quite some time.
Before they're like, okay, we gonna have to do something to help you get this baby.
They'd only do it if they believed you had to be. Like,
well, that's not always true. It's really up to the mom. Like, if you're at your due date and the baby hasn't come out yet, I feel like as the mom, you can ask for an induction date, and they'll probably give you like, okay, we'll do a week from Saturday. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. That's what happens. Like when it comes around the due date, and it's like we don't feel any contractions, we don't feel anything. Would you like an induction date? Because I bet you're really uncomfortable at this point and want to get this over with.
Yeah, me and our little buddy just be chilling. We just be chilling. That's it. He be flipping around in there, and I'm just like, cool.
Cool. Right. We're coming up at the end of the pod. Do you want to talk about like what we got coming up? Talk about what you've been doing in your free time, like with the things you've been making.
Okay.
This is the part of the podcast where we plug what we're doing or what's coming up, because we got about like 5 minutes left, or like less than 5.
Well, I mean, I haven't been doing too much. I started a blog, kind of trying to share my story as a first-time mom that also became unemployed involuntarily at 3 months pregnant. So I decided to just write a blog as the possible job search continues. But like most people, why not be my own boss if I've got a story to share that I feel maybe others can relate to, or I hope others can relate to, whether you're a first-time mom or you've ever been laid off from a job. I feel like you'd be able to relate. So don't be afraid to check out my blog. It is Candace's Uneasy Universe.blogspot.com, or you can check out my Pinterest page for blog updates, which is at Uneasy Universe.
Nice. So I'm excited. I mean, I'm personally excited because I like to see what things she's gonna make and put on the internet for not only everybody to see, but for me to see as well. You know, we're gonna be doing game streams soon. Maybe we'll do one later tonight or sometime in the week. I don't know. I'm not saying for sure. I want to kind of keep those a bit like more relaxed. I mean, this is pretty relaxed here, but on the game streams we might be up and out the sea trying to get and stuff. It's just a hangout time, and it's gonna probably be longer than like an hour. If you're into
Skyrim or God of War,
right now she has like a character on Skyrim where we're playing with and developing. This is her first playthrough.
I've never played Skyrim before. It's
really fun to watch you learn and play those games. So lots to come. Okay, but I hope this was a fun episode to listen to enjoy.
I hope you stay tuned for more if you're interested.
Stay tuned for more. All right, love y'all.
Thank you for
have fun
hanging out under the blankets with us. Oh, that sounds kind of creepy.
See ya.
Well,
we're gonna leave it all
right.
creepy then. See ya.